Hey there guys, Portal Master 9351 here, and I'm back on my own iPad. I got it back today. It finally is fully repaired and fully functioning, so I'm able to use my own iPad. So hopefully the lighting should be back to normal and it's more brighter way. So I once again apologize for having to do my news video this way, but it looks like this is the only way I'm going to have to be able to do these for the foreseeable future, because Lenovo sent us the repair discs for the operating system. They sent us repair disc 1, 3, 4, and 1. Yeah, because that's how you count to 4. 1, 1, 3, 4. Yeah, anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about Chopper. So, yesterday I talked to you about how we had a potential leak. And it still stands as a potential leak, but not in the same way that we thought before. I'm going to have to once again do it on my phone, like I said. Let me pull this up. So, someone by the name of Four in Creation, I believe it's who it was. I'll double check that as soon as I get this to load. Went in and was basically able to readjust the image of Chopper, of the new Chopper, kind of laying like this, and was able to take it back from a purple to a red by a simple adjustment. I'll show it to you. So they took this image and they went into Photoshop and changed the hue of it by plus 70, and you can see on here that it's back to normal, like a normal Chopper would be. And if you look right here, I'll zoom in and hopefully you can see it on the iPad. If you see that little overlap right there, that is where, when they were going in to adjust the hue of the picture, they highlighted too much stuff on it, and it kind of like overlapped. And I'll show this to you on the original picture as well, to show you that it's not something that Four in Creation did, that it is actually part of the original photo. If we go here, you cannot see it as well, but if you can't see it, I promise you it's there. It should be right there, that you can see a little bit of blue that overlaps. And it pretty much shows that this base was modified. However, the base was modified. We have confirmation at this point that that base was modified. That's basically undeniable at this point. However, there is still a very interesting aspect to this. That was a very, very high quality picture. And if someone made that mistake, then they did a really good job at actually photoshopping the figure in, if the figure is just a 3D model. That's the thing. And also, when it was laid down like this, you could very clearly see that there were black pieces of the figure that were jutting down. So unless they just decided, hey, I'll paint this normal Chopper black as well, then that was the actual figure on its side with the base colored to a different color. Now, why would they do this? Well, let me show you this. Four in Creation, its current theory, and it's kind of mine at this point as well, is that they got this prototype and they just colored it purple so it would look like something that we hadn't seen before, so that it would look like it was part of something new. I forgot to mention this in the last video, and someone did comment this, and I had already known about it, but they commented about it. The Skylanders Academy logo that was sort of leaked, you could see just the very top of it, was the same shade of purple that they colored the base to be. So this person knew what they were doing. They knew that they were trying to generate some hype around here when they colored it purple. That wasn't, like, this person definitely knows what they're doing. So Four in Creation posted a picture of a Gusto, a prototype Gusto. And so, as can be seen, he's completely unpainted and doesn't have any coloration, but his base is blue, like that of Swap Force, like a Swap Force character would be. So, what this would seem to imply is that they just kind of like slap a base on anything. It's like, oh, I have this base sitting around, I'll just slap it on there, stick a chip in there, boom, got a prototype Gusto. We'll just take this base, we'll just slap it on here, we got this. The theory is that this base is clear. That's the theory. It's clear or it's red. Honestly, the theory that it's red is the most plausible, that it's just a normal chopper base stuck on to a tech base with a new figure put on there. The thing that is now up for debate is, when is this a prototype from? That is the biggest piece up for debate right now. Some people say it's a Trap Team prototype. It's something that they were testing out before they made Series 1 Chopper right here. Some people say that, oh, it's the variation, it's the new variation of Chopper, and they're testing it now when this guy got his hands on it. And either of those seem like plausible ideas. Now, Wyrock or Uric, or however you say his name, I don't watch his videos that much, but he posted a video of his on Dark Spyro, and he was showing him going in and taking Hogwild Frino, and taking a look at the base, and he was able to change the red of the base to a bright yellow, a color that's never been used before in Skylanders, and he was able to change the 2014 to a 2017 just by taking a number from the model number and putting it onto where the year, the date is. He was able to take 7 from the model number and put it down here, sort of like a copy-paste sort of thing. And so that's what some people think was done to make it look like 2016 on the figure. So that's the biggest debate right now. Did the guy Photoshop in 2016, or does this thing really say 2016? I am with Wyrock or Uric on this one. I think that it was Photoshopped, because for the model number to be the same, but the year number to be different, makes no sense. Especially if it's not actually a purple base. If it's just a red base, or a clear base, or any other color for that matter, then it makes no sense for it to say that particular year on it. The year it is now. It doesn't make any sense at all for that to be what's going on here. So I do think that that was Photoshopped onto there. I think that the base was definitely totally Photoshopped. I don't think we can trust anything on the base, and honestly, we should stop even trying to talk about the base. Because really, we have no idea at this point. There's no real way of telling whether this was a Series 1 prototype or a Series 2 prototype. There's no way of knowing, in all honesty. One thing that we could potentially go on is that reposes in Superchargers were totally overhauled. This is the one piece of evidence that actually can tilt it in the favor of it not being real. Superchargers reposes were Superchargers totally overhauled, new, everything new about these characters. And this character looked like it only had a couple of minor modifications to it, like a tongue difference, a mouth difference, bigger teeth, and eyepieces. That was the only differences about it. And even for the regard of a Series 1 to a Series 2, in like the giant, SSA to Giants standpoint, that's not that big of a difference. I mean, you take Gilgrunt. He goes from just, sitting on the ground. Now he's got a jetpack and he's flying off the ground. That's a pretty big difference. Double Trouble, he's got a little one of those mini things with him. There were actually major differences between the Series 1s and the Series 2s, and I think that would be incredibly lazy of Activision to even consider, or Toys for Bob specifically, to even consider just adding a couple of little things to Chopper, and boom, you've got Series 2 Chopper. That's lazy, even from a repose perspective. So I honestly think that it is more favorable that it is a Series 1 prototype for this particular reason. But it's still a prototype, and the figure I still think is a real figure, and I just don't think that it is what the guy says it is, that it's got the purple base, and that it's from Skylanders 6, and that it was made in 2016. I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that at all. And honestly, the odds that it's someone in the Skylanders community that's making this is pretty high, actually. The fact that we have some guy that's just able to completely recreate this actually is it points to just how easy it would be for someone to create these fakes, these convincing, honest looking fakes. So, I mean, like I said, there's still a chance it is a prototype for Skylander 6. We don't really know. But I really don't think that that's what this is. But at the same... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm still, like, trying to recover from this thing. But at the same time, I still want to believe. I want to believe that this is a Skylander 6 leak. I so do. And I really want news. And I know we all do. And it's at this point that we're just going to say, that looks good. That's probably real. That's what we did here. And that was a mistake. That was a mistake of us to believe this. Yes, it got the hype going. To Yurik or Wyrock's point, yes, it got the hype going. But it's not going to last, and it's already kind of dead on the Dark Spyro forums. We need news, and we're willing to say, oh, that looks good. That's probably real, when it's not. We're going to have Battlecast coming out soon, May the 24th, and that's probably going to hold us out a little bit longer. Honestly, I could see some sort of an announcement coming out on May the 24th, but like I said, I have no idea, but I do think that we are going to get some news relatively soon. I don't think that it's going to take... I think we'll get it before E3, or I know they said they're not going to be at E3, but I know they said they're going to be at some other event, so we might get that at that event. Who knows? But we're not getting it at E3, but anyways, that's all for now. I'm getting way off topic. I do want to cover a lot more speculatory and, just other stuff about Skylander 6 before we get any real news, just so I can kind of speculate before we know anything for truth. So that's going to be coming out really soon. But for now, this has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!